are live here in middle of nowhere, Ohio, literally the Amish country. Trying to get this to be where I can see myself. And we are sitting out here at the hotel at the fireplace here, and it's a beautiful night here. What's up, MTH? And so we're going to talk about being persistent and how we can be persistent in growing our business. And so this week, I've talked to several people, and I've had several people message me, and they've had some amazing Mays. And that is awesome because, again, I love helping you guys start and grow pressure washing businesses and help you get to where you can do it. And so I did post to one guy. Well, heck, I'm in Ohio. Let's get a beard. Well, everywhere in this town is closed. And we're in Berlin, Ohio right now, right dead in the middle of Amish country. And there is not a place open up here on Sunday. There's a DQ and there was a pizza place. And those were the only two places in Berlin, Ohio that was open. And so $5,000 a week, how about per day? And I agree on that, but I also want to help other people too. But it was pretty awesome to see. It was me and my wife. We come up here for the weekend to get away, and that way we could work on our vision. Yes, Berlin, that is where we are, right next to Millersburg. Um, that is where I'm at. I'm staying at the Encore here, right next to the Amish theater. So, but this is what I wanted to hit on because I've had several people hit some big numbers this month in May. I had Jason Hefner; he's going to do over $30,000. I had DJ; he may do $30,000 if he does a double job on Tuesday. He'll hit 30,000. He'll hit 36,000. I had a guy message me on video and said, "Hey, Jason, I did 25. My goal was 20, and I ended up doing 32,000." And so there's been a lot of people. 79 miles. Yeah, that's a little ways. But this is. I'll hit on what your question is there. I'll go back through and I'll read some questions here. So if you have any questions, just ask them down in the comments here, and I will go through and start answering your questions for you. But I want to hit on being persistent. So the guy I'm going to actually have on next week, he posted in one of the groups that he puts out 400 signs every other week. 400 signs. And I hear a lot of times people be like, can always come up with an excuse of why you can't make money or why you can't be successful. And the biggest reason why is your excuses don't make anything better at the end of the day. Your excuses are what hold you back. And so, you can make up an excuse for anything. Because even the guy that's putting out 400 signs, he was getting roasted of, well, does your city allow that? Does this, that, this? It's not branding. It's not this. It's not that. And you know what? By him being persistent and he's being consistent and he's being relentless about putting out 30 signs or 400 signs every 2 weeks, he's making $20,000 a month. So is it worth him to go put out $1,200 worth of signs? I'd say it is, right? And so these are some things that you have to do to be able to keep you growing your business. You have to be consistent. You have to do hard things. Sometimes it's not always easy. You might think, well, I just want to spend money on marketing. Well, do you know what the right marketing is? Is it the right spot of places? And so these are some things that we have to do to keep us growing our business. And like I say, another thing is I know a lot of you have done well, and we need to make sure that we are celebrating our wins. It's important that we celebrate our wins, whether you take your wife out to dinner or you take your wife and go on a weekend trip with her, a getaway, and just get out of town a little bit. And so these are some reasons why we need to be consistent, prolific, and relentless. After a $10,000 month, you can put your hater blockers on and sip on the haterade. And this is a guy, Jason Hefner. That's exactly right. And here's the thing. Once you hit a $10,000 month, you'll probably always hit a $10,000 month. And so those are some things that we got to do. And this is the other thing I want to hit on. So because the guy that said that he hit 20,000, his goal was 20,000, but he ended up doing 32,000. He said, Jason, I did two things. I followed your process and I raised my prices. And you know, just like whoever this was here, my expenses way too high. Stuff is always breaking and equipment is over expensive. Can't find cheap sh either. So what do? We have to raise our prices. You can't be a $99 guy and think that we're going to stay in business. We can't be that cheap guy and think we're going to stay in business, because you're not going to be able to. Again, you got to buy cheap equipment, or again, you got to go out and, do things that you're not going to be able to make money at. And so that's the whole goal of the reason why we got to raise our prices. We got to keep raising our prices, because just like you said, sh is isn't going down. Gas in Seattle is definitely not going down. There is a lot of things that is not going down. I'm having trouble with fascia board. Okay, but these are some things that we have to do to be able to keep us getting money coming in, so that way we can keep putting money in marketing. We can keep our trucks up. We can keep everything so it's working, so that way as a business it's important, because we want to grow a business. That's the whole goal of this, is to grow a successful business. Grow a business so that you can have time freedom, so that you can have financial freedom, and you can have financial freedom. It's all about that you have to go out there and do hard work, and you have to be consistent, like I had put on there, and you got to be persistent, because if you're not being consistent and persistent, you're not going to be successful, because that's the whole purpose of it. It is, DJ, he's going to hit, if he don't hit the 36,000, he's going to end up at 29,000. And one of the guys put in our pressure wash help group, he's like, you know what? I see his signs everywhere and I see his ads everywhere. DJ's not just going out there and doing AdWords and think that he's putting out hundreds of signs a month. He's putting out thousands of dollars in AdWords. He's posting every day on his Facebook. He's posting every day on his Google My Business. He's posting every day on LinkedIn. He is being out there. He's getting out there. And that's how he's going to end up doing a $36,000 month this month in May. It's not because he sat on the couch and did nothing. If you sit on the couch and do nothing, that's fine, but you're going to get nothing in return. And if you want nothing in return, then go out and buy a big $20,000, $30,000 rig and do nothing and don't do any of the other hard stuff. Guess what? That's what's going to happen. You're going to have nothing. You're going to have a really nice rig, and you're going to be sitting on your couch making no money at all. And that's not what I want you to do. I want you to be growing your business. And I've seen people sit there and say, "Well, Jason, should I spend this much on a rig, or should I spend this much money in marketing?" And I say, spend it in marketing. Spend it in marketing and learning how to grow a business. Because buying a rig and figuring out the pressure washing stuff, that's the easy thing. That's the easy way of growing a business. Anybody can do that. I've taught many 19-year-olds on how to grow a pressure washing business. I've taught many 19-year-olds how to run a truck and bring me in $250,000 a year. That's not the hard part. That's the easy part. The hard part is learning how to grow a business, how to get customers, how to get the phone to ring, how not to only get the phone to ring, but how to answer the phone. I hear people answer the phone, and I'm just like, nobody's gonna buy from you. You're not even confident in yourself. As he says, those aren't your customers. That is right. It's 100%. If you don't know how to answer the phone properly, if you don't know how to sound properly, if you don't know how to be confident in yourself and be confident in your pricing, you will not be successful. You can go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing, like I say to do, but if you don't know how to close, you're going to struggle. And so these are things that you have to do to keep growing your business. These are the things that will make you grow your business. All right, I'm going to sit back here because my back's hurting. And I'm going to go through some of your questions here. Hopefully, invest in yourself until you start making money hand over fist. And that's a great point, Nathan, because here's the thing about Nathan. Nathan's young. Nathan's 21, 22 years old. And he's went through Grant Cardone's, um, you know, sales academy. He's spent money into investing in himself. You know, I've had Manny invested in himself, and he's going to hit a $30,000 month. You know, it's amazing what you can do when you start investing in yourself, and when you start growing and you start learning how to grow a business. I'm going to scroll back up here to the top because I know I've seen some good questions come in through here. Me got Mr. Jordan in South Africa. How you doing? I should say good morning, sir, because it's like 5 o'clock over there in the morning. 5,000 a week. How about per day? Berlin. 5K a week is awesome. Great start. Wanting to start my business. What should I know? What should I start with equipment wise? Well, I would recommend a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer or higher. I would really recommend a 5 gallon a minute and a downstream injector and an X jet and go make money. And then you can start worrying about the other stuff later once we start getting the business coming in. Just went to out of town, booked $3,000 worth of jobs by door knocking and closing. Nice. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Memorial Day to you all. Thank you to all the service members active and those who that have served. 30,000 is not bad for a part-time guy, and that is Mr. Jason Hefner, who's a full-time firefighter, and going to do $30,000 in the month of May as a part-time. He's a full-time firefighter and doing this part-time as a pressure washer. What's up, bud? I've been rocking the Star Spangled Banner all day. Got 6 jobs today. Awesome. That's awesome, dude. Mr. Charles, big time in the house. Waiting on some commercial work, bidding on all decks on a few apartment tomorrow morning. Them are good jobs. Those suck though, especially if they're up on the higher end. Double R Premium from San Diego. Doing a $6,000 hotel wash, going to take about 2 days. After a $10,000 month, um, I'm trying to get there. Like I say, if you guys got any questions, start asking them and I'll answer them. Um, I don't know how loud the frogs are on your side of things, but they're talking out there. So, me and my wife Jody, we went and walked around the pond. It was fun to watch the big old bullfrogs jump in. Some of them want to be camouflaged and just sit there, and some of them want to jump in, and it's a good learning experience. You know, you might say, how can a frog sit on a log sit on a rock versus the one jumping in? You know, and I see so many people that's out there on the other side of this camera that will sit there like a toad on a log versus ones that are willing to jump in and just go all head in, all full board, and make sure that we're doing everything we need to do. It's like I said, DJ, he's going to hit a $30,000 month, and he didn't do it by sitting on the log. He did it by going in and doing his AdWords, going in and doing his Facebooks, and he does Facebook Lives, and he does TikTok, and he does LinkedIn, and he does I don't know. He does a little bit of everything, but that's what we have to do. We got to jump in and do it all. And I know that I'm going to say a lot of times to pick one or two and figure out how to do those things well before we jump on other things. And I still agree with that. But, he's been at this 3 years, and, this is what you need to do. It's the same way with Jason Hefner. He does the same thing. He posts on LinkedIn. He posts in Facebook. He goes Facebook Live. He does AdWords. He does his website. He does everything, and that is how they're going to end up doing a $30,000 month part-time doing pressure washing. How about rust removal? Any chemical recommendations? Yes. F9, One Restore, both of those, F9 bark, One Restore will work also. Rust Removal Plus will work well too. Rust Removal Plus works really well also. When I started, I bought all the cool stuff. Marketing, the the real skill. And that's so true. What Charles said there, Wild Wild West of, I've seen so many people go buy all the pressure washing equipment and they buy all this stuff, and that's not what starts and grows your business. That is not what starts and grows your business. Marketing is a skill. That is definitely the case. I persistently put out signs every 2 weeks. I post on Facebook, Instagram, Google every day, and still not getting a lot of work. I think it's the economy. No one wants to spend money. Well, are you targeting the right customers? Are you putting the right words for the customers? Do you have the right words on the signs? Are you in the Facebook groups of those females that are buying? Who is your target customer? Do you know who your target customer is? Do you know what they look like? Do you know where they shop at? Do you know how they act? So then that way we can target that person. Or are you just spraying and praying and hoping for the best, and that that's what you get? And I want to hit on that too, because you know I see some people be like, well, I'll just pay money to get it. If we don't know where to spend that money at and how to get the right customers, it doesn't matter how much we spend. If you don't know how to close customers, it don't matter how much we spend on it. Grow. Price like you don't want to work, and they will call you back. Very true, dude. Very true. Someone contacted me yesterday to do a porch in just the front house. I told her 175. She said that was way too much. She'll get it done last year for 75. Call them. Yeah, I would have been at probably $300 for that same job. That hits our minimum, and that's 300 bucks. Invest in yourself until you start making more money than hand over fist. How about rust removal? But my equipment actually sucks. I need better. Also marketing. I see kids with cheap equipment laying large jobs, and I want to hit on that. So I got another guy that has probably done over $20,000 in the month of May with a 3.3 pressure washer, with garbage cans full of hoses, of pressure wash hoses, and a garbage can full of garden hose, and he has a pump up sprayer, and he's doing $25,000 a month. It ain't all about equipment every time. People get in this equipment train and think it's all about equipment, and it's not. I'm doing so good so far. I still have a job, and I currently can't keep up with the workflow. And what you do there, Matt, is you raise your prices. You keep raising your prices. That's what you do. That's how you keep up with it. Does Jason Hefner have any employees? Him and his wife. His wife does a lot of the marketing stuff, and he does all the other stuff. Why does every firefighter have a side hustle? Greedy lads. No, they it depends. Not every firefighter is able to make a lot of money. Jason Hefner don't make a lot of money in Florida, and so they were broke. They were literally broke. He's a full-time firefighter. She's a full-time teacher, and they were broke. They were literally broke, and so that's what happens. And so they were so broke. I went down there last year, and Christina was like, Jason, this was the first time I was able to go to the eye doctor, and I was able to buy. I always had to pick between eyeglasses or contacts because we never had enough money to afford both. And this last time we went, I was able to get both. And so that's why firefighters do. Now, what I will say, a lot of you firefighters don't know how to price, because you price it as cheap as just an extra side gig versus pricing it as what you should be pricing it as. I bought a 5.5 hot and cold machine. It sat for months until I got my marketing straight. Still have not washed one roof. Couple inquiries, but no one committed. I felt really good to watch your last video about marketing. I'm young, but I'm got sales experience, and I'm glad It's come in handy. Waiting on houses, and then I'm ready to start up. Hey, and it's fine, Harrison. You can be young, and I love young people that want to be entrepreneurs. I love it. It's one of the things that you can do this, and I will be your biggest cheerleader because you can do this. This is something that you can do. You can make a lot of money at as long as you're willing to put the work in and make it happen. My dang truck transmission may be going out. Went to stop at a light and it revved up and started moving forward. Then brakes pressed and it was squealing the brakes through its in neutral. That don't sound very good. I put up $8,000 and built my own 16-foot and 4 gallon and a 5.5 soft wash. In my first week, I landed $1,000 a day. My first week. It's out there. You just got to go get it. Signs and referrals. Several jobs and recurring customer is fully booked next couple of weeks. Awesome. Thank you. I'm assuming I'm about to get some F9 ASAP. Can't wait to get back out there. Being idle is just driving me nuts. Tuesday, I'll find out if this hand is broken or not. Oh no, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, Pink. So fingers crossed for some good news and quick recovery. Well, I'll pray for that you'll get good news and not bad news. Needed to hear this. I'm jumping off the log. I made my own signs today. I don't write the best, but something is better than nothing. And you can buy signs. You can go to moneybushes.com. You can get 100 signs for $300. So even if you can get enough jobs to get $300, so you can buy some decent signs, it will definitely bring you money back and money back. This money has more cash than it knows what to do with. I'm friends with mobile detailers charging $500 for in and out and $1,500 for ceramic coating a truck. Find your market. Find your customer. Who is your customer? Just about to start Christmas like GMB. Please need help. So I just started using a bypass with chemical injector. For some reason, the injector is not pulling Kim, but without the bypass, it pulls. The back pressure or something. For some reason, the injector is not pulling Kim, but without the bypass, it pulls. That's weird. Do you have it in right way? What up, group on vacation? So, Andrew is in the house. He's another one that had an amazing. He's probably had the best May out of everybody in the group. And so it is amazing to see how people can start and grow and be successful and help other people put food on other people's table. And that is amazing. As any one issue. Hope the hand heals quickly. I've networked with two competitors, William Brown, that sends me roofs, and another one who sends me probably 5 leads a week. It's all about networking, too. Don't be afraid. William Brown's a pretty cool dude. William Brown is awesome. He's in Georgetown, Kentucky. He's been in business for a while, and so that's awesome. 20,000 this month. I have never thought that could be possible. A one-man show. Very excited for the rest of the year. Thank you, Jason, for your knowledge. High five, Diego. That's awesome. A $20,000 month. Hot dang, that is awesome. DJ is in the house. I know I asked this on a live, but the streaks on fascia boards won't come off. I tried gutter grenade. Some great insight on this will be. Yeah, you can try gutter grenade or LA Awesome or gutter F13 gutter grenade. I would do probably 10 to 1, and then it's got to be above 60 degrees. I live in Southwest Michigan, right at the lake shore. Lots of big houses. Any tips on closing on people who want to haggle on bigger jobs? Don't haggle. I haven't even started, but I don't want to be taken advantage of. Southwest Michigan. There's plenty of money in Michigan. And you don't worry about the hagglers. That's why you do packages. That's why we do 3 packages. And that's the haggling of themselves at that point. If they want to haggle, then you go down to the lower package, and that's the package they get. Two jobs over 2 grand each. Everything starts a little slow. Quality work pays off. I'm sipping on my haterade with the last comment about me. uh, Always something breaking and costing money just when you think you're doing good. It does. Putting out signs this week. Awesome. Um, First Christmas light installation is this Wednesday. We're going to be putting up Christmas lights for a wedding on a big old tree. Find out where you can get SH for business. Get some tape for outlets. Be careful and learn as you go. As far as great equipment, get a Flow Pro downstream injector pipe. They definitely work well. Anyone in Eastern Carolina? The last three people that sent my Google reviews, the reviews have not appeared. I was told that if you reach out to Google support, your account can get suspended while they look at it. Yes, they can, Jack. And I don't know, you're not the only one that are getting reviews and they're not showing up. So I don't know what the purpose of Google doing that. I love seeing young entrepreneurs and gifted future get in business. You got this. Refuse to be poor. And, that is a good point. Wild Wild West he's had his rough times. He still has rough times. But you know what? If you're young, you can do it. Refuse to be poor. Keep doing what you need to do, and things will happen. Have you had successful people in California? Yep. If not, I come in here from Stockton, California. Um, yeah, I've been looking. But yeah, so I have a problem with quotes in Charlotte. Everyone thinks I'm going to be 100 to 200, man. I'm charging 20 cents a square foot. Well, why does everybody think that you're going to be 100 to 200? What do you look like? What does your picture show? Do you show the trailer park that you're trying to clean, or are you showing the three $500,000 houses? Are you showing up in a nice uniform, or are you showing up in bleached out, nasty looking clothes? Are you looking like $100 dude, or are you looking like a $300 dude? Because there's plenty of money in Charlotte, and there's a lot of money in Charlotte that can be made. And so, what I know a lot of people love the before and afters of the really dirty, nasty looking houses, but them aren't our customers. Our customers clean their house every year or every other year. Them are the customers we want, and they won't haggle you. Yo, 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 Jason. There is no substitute for hard work. But right now, I have one eye on you and the another one watching Game 7 Miami Heat versus Boston. Uh, Made $6,000 a day house wash and gutter cleaning. Well, that's awesome. Um, Same here. Jason, do you recommend gutter butter? I always use gutter grenade. I never use gutter butter. I always use gutter grenade. But, well, 27 cents a square foot. Haha. Aim high, pressure wash. So, the biggest thing I wanted to hit on tonight is be consistent, be prolific, be relentless. We have to go put signs out. We have to do it week after week. We have to do it when we're busy. We have to go do those door hangers, even when it's hot, even when we don't want to do our fiber rounds. Because you never know what that one thing is going to get you customers. We never know what that one thing that's going to be that $5,000 job. We never know what might be that $10,000 job. We never know what might be that $20,000 job. We don't know that business card might be worth $100,000. That yard sign might be worth $100,000. That Facebook post might be worth $100,000. That that Google post might be worth $100,000, but I'll tell you what will not be worth $100,000 is you not doing it. You not putting that sign out. You not giving that business card out. You not putting out those yard signs. You not doing your 5 arounds. You not putting posts on Google My Business. You not putting posts on Facebook. That is not worth $100,000. But what is, you never know what that one might be. And then you might say, Jason, that's the dumbest thing you ever seen. Well, let me tell you something. I had somebody send me a picture of a $129,000 deposit, and it's all come off of one business card. It's worth, that one business card is probably worth $750,000 right now, because they gave out one business card that was the crappiest, ugliest, nastiest business card when they first started, and it's made them over $750,000. If they wouldn't have gave that business card out, it would be worth nothing. And so, a lot of times we would be like, well, it's not perfect. Done is better than nothing. Done is better than nothing. Done is better than waiting for you to be perfect. Because let me tell you something, it will never be perfect. I don't care how you do something, it will never be perfect. Because it might be perfect to you today, but next week it's not going to be perfect. Next year you're going to look back and say, I thought that was perfect. That sucked. You know, and so these are the things that we have to do to keep us growing, keep us getting our business, and keeping us making money. Um, Good evening, Jason. Do you have any companies you recommend use for printing uniforms? Um, I used a couple different things. You can use, I've custom ink is one I've used recently. You can put stuff on the front, put stuff on the back. It costs you $25, $30. You can do the whole fisherman stuff, like the whole NASCAR shirts. The only problem is it's going to take you 3 to 6 months before you get them, and you pay a lot of money up front, and it might be 3 to 6 months before you get them. Another one that I use that was pretty cheap that did it on your logo is Queensbury uniform or something like that. They're super cheap. Looking forward to signing up with your program this week. Awesome. Jason, do you have a site we can get more knowledge? Any specials? Yeah, King of Pressure Wash. KingofPressureWash.com. And if you want to, you can go to King of Pressure Wash and put in Memorial Day, and you'll get the best deal for, and that expires, I think, tomorrow night, Memorial Day. And that's the best deal that I've had in a long time for my monthly membership. And then if you want other things, you can go to kingofpressurewash.com/resource, or go to kingofpressurewash.com and then hit resource page, and you'll find all kinds of good tools there. How do you keep water from going down the storm drain? Don't spray it there when doing washing driveways. Being consistent, prolific, and relentless. Washed some pretty nasty gutters today along the house wash. Gutters always come out great with SH. Melts the mildew off. One post got an Christmas light customer. The Christmas light customer so far is worth $15,000. One post got one Christmas light customer, and that customer is worth $15,000. Did you understand that? One Facebook post did one Christmas light job, and now they've done over $15,000 for that one job. That's why it's important. You never know what one post, what one yard sign, what one business post, what one ad word might be worth at the end of the day. Aim high pressure washing. What's up, the legend in the house? I've stopped using surfactant in my house wash mix. 3 houses now and no problems. Actually cleaner. Windows, no soapy film. No more surfactant unless doing roofs. 2018 orange Jeep Wrangler pulling my big tech trailer with 150 gallons of water and 5 gallons per minute. Belt. Driven surface cleaner. Looks good. No uniform, but I look very presentable. Posting Facebook as we speak. My wife posted one Friday in a local group, and it got 2,600 views. I told her to keep doing what she's doing. And that's a good point, because usually a lot of times the females will actually get more than the males will. A $1,000 $100,000 is just 1,100 times. That's a goal that's easy to achieve. I email them a quote and they always say, "Oh, I thought it was lower or cheaper than that." Thank you. You're marketing to the wrong customers. Any ideal of any Kim hose is jumping when I open the trigger. I use a 5 gallon bucket. One thing I always do is take a piece of PVC pipe, like the white PVC pipe, and if you have the 1/4 inch or 5/16 hose, and take a 3/8 piece of pipe that's probably 6 inches long, or maybe even 8 inches long, and slide that tube down in that pipe, and that'll keep that down in the bucket. It makes it work a lot easier. I only use surfactant to ID when my lines are pregnant. Jason, so you have to boil citric acid to make it dissolve. Yeah. I bought the Predator 4400 4 gallon, 40 gallon per minute for $800 yesterday. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But here's the deal. Here's the next thing, guys. We're getting ready to hit June. July is right around the corner. August is right around the corner. It's going to slow down for a lot of you. But we still need to be consistent. We still need to be prolific, and we still need to be relentless. We need to be flipping rocks. We need to be going knocking on doors of businesses that are dirty. Go knock on doors. What are they going to do? Kick you out of there? What are they going to say? No, my place isn't dirty. Go start dropping cards. Going, if you're slow, don't just go home and do nothing. You got to keep marketing. You got to keep doing those things. And I tell you something else you can do too. You can give me some likes. I would like that. Get that? I only got 16 likes on here. Come on now. Come on now. I bought the. I went back and treated the rust on the house I washed last week. The property is looking good. First job, I couldn't be happier. Awesome, Nick. That's awesome, dude. Do you rinse out the injector? Perhaps. The injector is bad. Also, tube that is too small may restrict the flow. Get a bigger hose. Yeah. I love flipping rocks. Flipping rocks are amazing. Why is stuff going to slow down? Tristan asks. Well, here's the deal. People go on vacation. And when people go on vacation, they don't spend money on their house. And so that's why people slow down in the summertime. When their kids aren't in school and they're out doing vacation, they're out spending money, they don't have money to spend on the house. That's why it slows down a lot of times. There you go. Yeah, that doubled my likes. Thank you guys. I knew you guys were good for something. Again, sorry, Jason, just liked it. Got a $50 tip today. Customer said I did an amazing job. If you're not asking for tips or you're not putting tips on there, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So, um, my garbage guy that started his pressure washing business just sent me a thing today saying, or it was yesterday, that they've gotten over 20, it was like $2,300 in tips for the month of May. It's important that we ask for tips because that's another way that you can make more money by doing tips. Um, who would you target to speak to for businesses? A property manager? Yeah. Um, Business owner, a facility manager, um, anybody that makes those decisions. And a lot of that's about getting past the gatekeeper. How do you get past the gatekeeper? Can you make money cleaning kitchen exhaust hoods? Yep, you can. Excited to follow up on some big quotes and get our Xmas Lights DBA up and going. I put a business I put a business card every gas pump I stop at. That's good. Good way to get people, right? Any way we can get people, that's the best thing we can do. So, Well, this weekend, the wife and I, we came up here again in Berlin, Ohio. That's where I'm at in Amish country. There's buggies all over the place. There is buggy. You got to watch out for buggies because you will hit a buggy, and it don't want to hit no buggy. Between the buggies and the bicycles, there is buggies all over the place. And so we came up here to work on our vision. On our 3 year vision is what we did, and so that way I can figure out what I want to do and how I want to help people. And one of my big goals is I don't know if it'll be in my 3 year, and I'm going to try to figure out how to make it a way that I can keep track of it. But my goal is I want to help 1,000 people make $100,000. And so I'm gonna probably do a form that if I've helped you in any way, if you've done a video, one video, and you made $100,000 and that helped you, that's my goal is to help. I want to be able to help 1,000 people make $100,000 a year, and so that is one of the things I said. I know I said it a while ago, but I've also wrote it down on paper. I've had it on my board, but I actually wrote it on my vision story in my thing. And so that's something that my goal is to help people do that. Another thing, one of my goals is to start speaking more, speaking on stage. And so these are some things that I want to do. And I want to be able to help people. And that is my goal. And I know I've helped a lot of you guys, which is awesome and is amazing. So, what's your all's questions going here? Hi, Jason. My first house wash, I contacted the neighboring property who was dirtier than the one I washed. Turns out she manages 13 houses on the same block. Quoted 6 of them yesterday. That's why we got to do that for. Hi, Jason. I have a quick question. Working on awnings, should I downstream them or soft wash them? Usually, you got to about soft wash them, and you got to go pretty strong on them to get them to come clean. Good source for multi-unit quotes and jobs prospects. HOAs. There's two ways. Cold email marketing is a good way to do it. Cold email marketing and LinkedIn is another good way. And then some of them you'll get through AdWords, but a lot of it is through LinkedIn, and cold email marketing is your best for HOAs and multi-units. Business only going to pick up, Jason. Not going to slow down. Relentless, consistent, prolific, flipping rock. And this is why I tell you to do that. And this is why I'm telling you to do it now and try to start getting that commercial work. And when you get commercial work, you start booking them for July and August. Who would you speak with for municipality work? Firehouse. You're going to have to go to the individual firehouse and talk to the fire chief. You'll have to talk to mayors, commissioners, all of that kind of stuff. My helper gets tips, does pretty good with the tips. $50 once in a while, I'll get a tip, but seems they always tip the helpers. Yep, that's me. I need to make $100,000 a year for this year. I fully loaded my 250-gallon tank and 65-gallon chem tank. My truck suspension didn't even squat. Awesome. Hey, only 9 likes. Hit the thumbs up. I started soft washing in January and I was able to do 5,000 in February. My right lower arm was amputated after it was crushed in the military. It wasn't easy, but I loved every minute of it. That sounds like that's painful, dude. I just started out. Once I get a 10 to 15,000, I'm reinvesting into a trailer setup. Invest in marketing, 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 more marketing, more marketing, 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 marketing. How do you wash a house with dormers on a cedar shake roof? Very carefully. I met Jason in person. He is highly inspirational. Charles was awesome. What's the best way to clean cedar shingles? Bleach. Beaufort, South Carolina here. I love your videos. Your videos got me started a year ago, and now my books are always full. It's awesome, Patriot. Diversify. Helps when things slow down. Window cleaning tiger stripes off of gutters, white fences, shed and roof. Well, guys, again, if you go check out kingofpressurewash.com, you can put in Memorial Day, all capital letters. I think it is. I don't know for sure, but I think she put it as all capital letters. Memorial Day. It's a good discount code, and then also, I only did 5,600 in May. Only that's awesome to do $5,600 in May. Go check it out. Every Monday night, I do Marketing Monday, which is tomorrow night, and I will do it even on Memorial Day. I don't know if anybody will show up, but I will be there tomorrow night for Marketing Monday, and we talk about different subjects and we go over different things. We talked about following up last week. We talked about packages 2 weeks ago. And so, because packages are very, very important. If you're not doing packages, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And so, every Monday night, you hear the clickety click, click, click. That's the horsey going down the road because we're in Amish country. But every Monday night, we talk about marketing. So go check that out. And I'll be there tomorrow night. And next Sunday night, I'll be on at 7 o'clock. And we'll do a Zoom there also. But I hope you all have a great night. And we'll see you all later.